Okay, let's jump into what we're going to do today. Okay, we are going to be learning about inverses. Okay. Fatima's like, sure. Oh, I see you. I see you. All right. I'm going to pose a very, it feels like a dumb question, but it's going to lead somewhere. Okay. Hello, Sipokazi. Okay, it's going to lead somewhere. If I said to you guys that 10 is equal to 10. Do we agree? Tell me in the chat, yes or no? Yes. 10 is equal to 10. Yeah. It's like a, okay, ma'am, what are you trying to say here? 10, of course, 10 is equal to 10. What are you saying? All right. And the reason for this is because this equal sign in the middle actually tells us that both sides of the statement that we've just made need to be true. So whatever it is we say on the left and whatever it is we say on the right need to hold true. They must be true. So if I do something on the left-hand side, in order for this equivalent to stay true, I then need to do it to the right-hand side. So if I say it now, that 10 minus 2 is equal to 10. Are we still in agreement? Is this true? Is this true? No. No, of course not. Okay, the only way for me to keep this statement true, Umpile, how can I keep this statement true? Hi, Umpile. Let me ask Inga, because I don't think Umpile or Palesa.
Ma'am, you must change your answer.
I must change my answer, but if I minus 2 on this side, how can I just make sure that this side is true?
Oh, ma'am, you must move the 2 that side.
Well, if I move the 2 that side, I'm going to get 10 is equal to 12. That's not going to help us. What would be the easiest thing for me to do here? I've already minus 2 on this side. What do you think I can do to that side to keep this true?
Ma'am, you must say 8. Huh? Ma'am, I don't know.
Okay, all right. It's a very simple answer. It's not as complicated as you're thinking. Aliyah, what do you think we should do on the right-hand side to make this still stay true?
Whatever you do on the left-hand side, you do on the right-hand side as well.
So if I minus 2 on this side, what do I need to do on the right-hand side?
You have to minus 2 as well.
Excellent. That's what I was looking for. Well done, Aliyah. 100%. So that's what I was getting at, Palisa. See, it's not as complicated. I think maybe you were thinking, ma'am's trying to trick us. What is she trying to say? No, I wasn't trying to trick you at all. If I do something on the left-hand side, the only way this stays correct is if I do it on the right-hand side as well. Okay, so we always need to make sure that whatever we're doing on the left-hand side is also done on the right-hand side to keep the equivalence true. Now we're going to learn about the additive inverse. Now, this is the first thing I'm going to ask you guys to write down. Okay, we're learning about the additive inverse. Okay, and what I'm going to say about the additive inverse is that every number in the whole world has an additive inverse. An additive inverse. Okay, so what that means is if I have a number 5 and I want to if I want to add or subtract something from 5 in order for my answer to be 0, what is that number going to be? What is that number going to be, guys? Indipile, what is that number going to be? Okay, I can see you're on a phone. I need you to swipe left or swipe right and look for a big, yeah, there we go. Hi, Indipile.
Hi, then. It's gonna be -5.
Excellent. Okay, don't go away, Indipile. You're 100% correct. Now, I'm going to give you another statement. I'm going to say I've got -2, and I want to add something so that my answer is 0. What's that thing going to be?
+2.
plus 2. Now, I'm going to tell you now, before we continue, I'm telling you that plus 2 and minus 5 are the inverses of negative 2 and plus 5. Can you tell me, just by looking at this, what is the difference in these two numbers? The 5 and the negative 5 and the negative 2 and the positive 2. What is the difference?
The sign.
The sign. That's it. Okay, so when I say to you that any number has an additive inverse, the sign is going to tell us the opposite of it. Do you agree with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, here's one more. If I have 2 over 5, what is the additive inverse of 2 over 5?
2 divided by 5.
It's already 2 divided by 5. What do I need to add to 2 over 5 in order for it to give me 0?
Negative 2. Oh, 2 times 5.
No, not times. We are adding and subtracting. So you would minus.
Minus 5.
Check in the
I'm not
chat.
sure.
Check on the chat. Check in the chat. Everybody's giving you a hint.
Negative 2 over 5.
That's it. We're just going to add the opposite. Remember, in the Indipila, this one is positive, yes?
Oh,
So
yes,
all we're
ma'am.
going to do is we're going to add the exact same number and just put a minus sign. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Here's another one. If I said to you that I have negative 3,14, what is the additive inverse of negative 3,14?
Positive 3,14.
100%, my dear. That's all. Here's another one. If I have negative 6 over 7, what is the additive inverse of negative 6 over 7?
Positive 6 over 7.
Dude, I mean, I couldn't have put it better myself. Mwah.
Yes, ma'am.
That's it.
Thank you, ma'am.
That is it. 100%. Okay. Are you guys seeing that the only difference in the additive inverse is the plus and the minus sign? Give me a thumbs up if we understand the additive inverse. Do we understand how the additive inverse works? Thank you, Ayabulela. I see you. Okay, Emmanuel Chilfatso, Hadassah, Balisa Kwena, Jason. Okay, Inga's like, yes-ish. Yes-ish. Okay, it's fine. We're going to get there. Okay, cool. I'm getting a lot of thumbs up. And Sophie's like, kinda. But you guys are going to see where this actually plays a role in what we're about to do. Okay, now that was us learning about the additive inverse. Let's look at the multiplicative inverse. Okay, so the multiplicative inverse is going to look a little different to the additive inverse in that what we're trying to get is not 0. Multiplicative, I'm going to run out of space. There we go. Multiplicative inverse. Okay. Multiplicative inverse. What this is telling me is that I need two numbers that when I multiply, because it's the multiplicative inverse, when I multiply these two numbers, they need to give me the answer 1. So if I said that I have 3, and I want to multiply 3 by something in order for it to give me 1. What I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to take my 3 and I'm going to write it as a fraction. So I'm going to write it as 3 over 1. And now my multiplicative inverse will just be me taking this number and flipping it upside down. So I'm going to take the 3, put it where the 1 was, take the 1, put it where the 3 was. So my multiplicative inverse is going to be 1 over 3. And the reason we can do that is because our answer is going to be 1. And then what we can do with what we've got here is we can cross cancel 3 divided by 3 and 1 divided by 1. And then my answer will be equal to 1. Okay. Oh, shame. Okay. Okay, no worries. Okay. Teacher Simone, can we help out with that quickly? Okay. All right, I'm going to explain again, Indipile, don't stress. Okay, so if I have the number 4 and I want to multiply 4 by something and I want the answer to be 1. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take 4 and I'm going to put it as a fraction. I'm going to rewrite it as 4 over 1. And then to find the multiplicative inverse, I'm just going to take 4 over 1 and flip it upside down. 1 over 4. Okay. And the reason for this is because even if we multiply, instead of cross canceling, if we multiply, I'm going to get 4 times 1, which is 4. And at the bottom, I'm going to get 1 times 4, which is 4. What is 4 divided by 4, guys? That's 1. All right. I need a volunteer. Who's with me? Anybody want to put their hand up? Yes, Yamkela, I love it. Hi, Yamkela.
Hi, ma'am.
How are you doing, my sweetie?
I'm good at you, ma'am.
I'm excellent. All right, let's find the multiplicative inverse of this number. If I give you the number half, and I want to multiply this by something and it needs to give me 1, what is my multiplicative inverse going to be?
It will be 2 over 1.
Ah, beautiful. 100%. Okay, and the reason I want you to do this is because here's what happens. Check what happens when we have a number like 4 over 5. What is the multiplicative inverse of 4 over 5?
5 over 4.
5 over 4. Wonderful. This is not difficult at all, is it?
No, ma'am.
No, not at all. Okay, let's complicate it just a little bit. Just a little bit. What is the multiplicative inverse of negative 5 over 9?
Positive 9 over 5.
Is it? You're right about the 9 over 5 part. 100%. 9 over 5.
Negative.
Why do we say negative, Yamkela? Why would we say negative?
Because if we cross multiply, a negative divided by negative is a positive, or multiplied by a negative is a positive.
Good. And we want our final answer to be?
Positive
1.
1.
Good. It needs to be positive. Like, I just mean, love it. Love it. You deserve all the flowers. 100%, my sweetie. Very well done. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. I want thumbs up. Do we understand the multiplicative inverse? Are we okay with the multiplicative inverse? Sophie, only 1 negative, just 1. Okay, so don't do this. Don't go negative 9 over negative 5, because the negative and the negative will take us back to a positive. Okay, so choose only 1 negative. Just do this. Negative 9 over 5. All right, excellent. Now we're going to put this to use, because we can't just learn it and not do something with it. Okay, Kayla, watch. We're going to do an example just now, okay? And we're going to figure out exactly what it is that we're doing using the examples that we've been given. All right, let's start with this example 1. I'm going to rewrite it on the side here, and we're going to look at the steps that we need to take in order to answer this question. I've got x plus 5 is equal to 6. Now, the operation or the instruction that normally comes with these kinds of questions is always solve. Solve for x. Solve for x. Okay, which means we need to do some things. Some things need to happen. And at the end, we need to have, therefore, x is equal to something. That's what we want at the end of this. Okay, so, Balesa. Okay, do you want to unmute for me, my sweetie? Now, tell me, I've got x added to 5. Which inverse are we going to use to get rid of this plus 5? The additive or the multiplicative?
The additive, ma'am.
Excellent. Now, tell me, Palesa, what is the additive inverse of positive 5?
It's minus 5.
Good.
6 minus 5.
Good. But we can't just minus 5 on that side. Remember, it's a balancing act. We need to make sure that you balance. So if I minus 5 on the left, I need to?
Minus 5 on the right.
Excellent. -5 on the right. Balisa, what's 5 minus 5?
It's 0, ma'am.
0. Good. So these are going to cancel. What do I have left on the left-hand side?
You have 6 minus 5,
On the
which
left,
give
on
us
the
1.
side? What do we have left on this side?
An x.
Good. I'm going to get x is equal to 6 minus 5. Therefore, x is equal to
1. Because
1.
6 minus 5 is 1.
Beautiful, my sweetie. 100%. Mwah. Okay, well done. Well done. Excellent. All right. Fulufelo, you're saying that you're lost, my sweetie. I need you to be very specific. Where did I lose you? Okay. I need to come fetch you. So tell me, where did I lose you? Okay, Sophie as well. If you guys could put your hand up for me, and then we can walk each other through the process so that we're just not like somewhere out in the abyss. All right.
Hello, ma'am.
Fulufelo,
Ma'am, I got lost after you guys found the additive inverse of +5.
of +5. All right. So remember, when we add the additive inverse, my sweetie, we're trying to make the answer equal to 0. Do you agree with
1.
me? That was the whole idea
Yes.
behind additive inverse. So if I go 5 minus 5, what answer am I going to get? 5 minus 5?
-10. 5 minus 5 is
Positive
0.
5 minus 5 is 0. Good. So what I end up with on this
Yes.
side is x plus 0. What is x plus 0?
X plus 0 is x.
Good. That's why I only have this x written down here. Okay.
Okay.
But remember, if I minus 5 on my left-hand side, where else must I minus 5?
On the other side.
On the other side. That's where we got the 6 minus 5. Making sense?
Yes.
Are we?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Cool. All right. Excellent, my sweetie. Awesome stuff. All right. Let's look at this next example over here. Another volunteer, please. We're going to solve for, oh, Indipile's hand just like, oh, shot up. All right. Indipile, how are we doing? Oh, no, I'm sorry. I muted you. Unmute.
Ma'am.
Yes, sir. All right. Okay, I've got 5x, and I want to get rid of this 5 that's multiplied to x. Between the additive inverse and the multiplicative inverse, which one are we going to use?
Multiplicative inverse.
That's it, the multiplicative inverse. So the first thing I'm going to do is take my 5 and put it over 1. And then,
Yes, ma'am.
what's the multiplicative inverse going to be? Times?
It's gonna be divided by it's 1/5.
That's it, 1/5 on this side. But if I do it on this side, where else do I need to do it?
Which side, ma'am?
If I do it on the left-hand side, where else do I need to times by 1/5?
I'm not sure, ma'am. No.
Okay,
I
we
can't-
can't do things, we can't do it on one side. We need to do it here and on the other side as well. Agreed?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. So I'm also going to multiply
Oh,
by 1/5.
1/5.
Good. I'm going to turn 15 into a fraction as well. And then I'm going to cancel. Yes, 1 and 1 will
cross
cancel. 5 and 5 will cross cancel. What do I have left over here?
you got x left.
Good. So I'm going to go x is equal to. If I cross cancel on the side, the 1 and the 1 will cancel. I've got 15 divided by 5 left. How much is that?
Ma'am, it's gonna be 3, ma'am.
Excellent. Therefore, our answer is equal to 3.
3. Yes,
Mwah.
ma'am.
Excellent. Well done. Well
Welcome.
done. Awesome stuff. Okay, Balisa, I love the enthusiasm, my sweetie. I want to see if anybody else wants to try one of these questions. Okay, Inga, how are we doing?
Hi, ma'am. I
Just wanted to ask a question about the previous thing.
Yes.
Ma'am, is it if you get the same x over 5 and then you divided the 15 by 5, then the 5 on the left canceled each other?
No, not at all. Not at all. Okay. You are 100% correct. You can do that. Okay. But Inga, I can guarantee you now, I'm also a math teacher. I love shortcuts. So there's a definite reason why ma'am is showing you this method at the moment. Okay. I'm going to show you in just a little bit. It's going to come up in just a little bit. And I know you guys just, you want to go, just divide by 5 on both sides, ma'am. I mean, why not? Yes? Because we can. You're absolutely correct. We can. But what we want to do is make sure that when we get to questions that involve fractions, we're not 100% lost. Okay. And I'm going to show you in just a little bit.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay.
Excellent. But Lisa, I see your hand has gone down. I think you were going to ask somewhat the same question. Bradley?
Yes, ma'am.
How are you doing, my boy?
I'm good, and you, ma'am?
It's a habit of mine. I teach at an all-boys school. I tell everybody my boy. So I'm sorry about that. All right. Do you want to answer this next one with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, excellent. Let's go. This is 3x plus 4.
Yes,
What do we
ma'am.
want to get rid of first? What can we take away first over here?
We take away the 4.
Good. What rule are we going to use? Which inverse are we going to take away the plus 4?
The additive inverse, ma'am.
Excellent. What is the additive inverse of plus 4?
It's minus 4, ma'am.
Good, minus 4. And if I minus 4 on the left-hand side, I need to?
Minus 4 on the right-hand side.
Excellent. I can tell there's a bit of a lag. 4 minus 4 is going to give us 0. Bradley, what do I have left on this side? Because this now has cancelled. What do I have left?
You have 3x is equals to 6.
Good, it's equal to 6. Now, I want to get rid of this 3 times x. What do I need to do?
We divide both sides by 3.
Or we can multiply by? What can we multiply by? Okay, remember, we are doing the multiplicative inverse. So how do I find the multiplicative inverse here? What do I need to do?
You divide.
Check in the chat. Everybody's telling you what to multiply by. Have a look. They're helping you out.
Oh, you multiply by 1/3.
Good, we multiply by 1/3. But if I do it on this side, I also need to do it.
You do it on the right-hand side.
Good. That's it. So the 1 and the 1 will cancel, and the 3 and the 3 will cancel. What do I have left?
You have x is equals to 2.
Good. 6 divided by 3 will give us. Okay. Well done, Bradley. Excellent. Okay. I know that the easiest way for us to do it is just be like, ma'am, just divide by 3. But the next question, you'll see why I don't want you just dividing by 3 all the time. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Excellent. Okay. Because the operation is not always to divide. Okay. Kayla, how are you doing, my sweetie?
I'm doing good. Ma'am.
Kayla, I'm having trouble hearing you, my sweetie. What's up? Oh no. Okay, let's try and work out our sound and then we'll come back to you. Okay, Kayla. Gwena, what's up, my sweetie? Hello, Gwena. Oh no. What is with everybody's sound? Oh no. Hi, guys. Leah, hello.
Hello, ma'am.
Yay, positive sounds. Okay, all right. Do you want to answer this next question with me or do you have a question?
I wanted to answer the next question.
Excellent. All right. So this next question says x over 2 is equal to 4. Okay. Now, what I want to do is I want to take x over 2 and I want to rewrite it the way that it normally is written, right? As a fraction. So I'm going to rewrite it as 1 over 2x is equal to 4. So what are we trying to get rid of here? And which rule are we going to use? Which inverse are we going to use?
Are we going to use the I can't say it, ma'am.
Okay, the multi-what, yes, multiplicative
Yes.
inverse. Yes, that
Yeah.
one. All right. I'm going to ask you, Leah, what is the multiplicative inverse of a half?
Is it 2 over 1?
That's it. Good. We're going to multiply by 2 over 1. And if I do it on this side,
You have to do it on the other side.
good, times 2 over 1. Everything here will cancel. What do I have left?
You have x equals 8.
Good. 4 times 2, which is 8. Beautifully done. Wow. Well done, Leah. 100%. Miss. Excellent stuff. Okay. Nosisa?
Yes, ma'am.
How are you doing, my sweetie?
I'm doing great. How are you, ma'am?
I'm good, thank you. Would you like to answer B with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Excellent. All right, let's do B. For everybody else in the chat and with their hands raised, I want you guys to start writing down question B and C and D and solving for them, please. Okay, remember to use the additive inverse and the multiplicative inverse. Meanwhile, me and Nosisa are going to have a conversation. Okay, Nosisa, tell me, what are we going to get here? I've got x minus 8 is equal to negative 12. So which inverse am I going to use?
Ma'am, you're going to use multiplication.
Not quite, my sweetie, because this negative, this 8 over here is being minused from x. So which one would I then have to use?
Addition.
Good, we need to use the additive inverse, yes?
Yes, miss.
Okay. What is the additive inverse of negative 8?
Is positive 8 plus 8.
Plus 8. And if I do it on the left-hand side?
You have to do it on the other side.
Excellent, good. Negative 8 plus 8 will give us?
0.
0, good. So that one cancels. What do I have left on the side?
In the other side,
No, on the left.
you have x, miss.
Good, x. And then now we can clean up on this side. Negative 12 plus 8 will give us?
Negative 20.
Oh, negative 12 plus 8. We're adding, so we're getting less negative.
Negative 4.
Negative 4, there we go. We finally got it. Well done, Nosisa. Excellent. Very well done, my sweetie.
Thank
Wonderful
you.
stuff. Excellent. All right. I'm glad we're kind of all sort of getting there. If you're still a bit stuck, remember, guys, just pop your answer, your question in the chat, and I will make sure to address it. Hi, Aliyah.
Hello, ma'am.
How are you doing, my sweetie?
I'm good, and you?
Good, thank you. Would you like to answer a question?
Yes.
Love to hear it. Okay, let's do C together. So C.
Yes.
Okay, 2a plus 7 is equal to 13. Now I'm going to be quiet because I want you to tell me what I'm going to do. What am I going to do?
Okay, so we're going to use the additive inverse,
Good.
meaning that the additive inverse of +7 is -7.
Excellent.
So it's going to equal to 2a. And whatever you
Mhm.
do on one side, you have to do on the other side. So 13 minus 7 is 6.
Ah, wonderful. I love to hear it. Excellent. Let's go. What else?
So next we're going to use the multiplicative inverse,
Good.
and we're going to put 2a over 1 times
Mhm.
1 over 2, and
Good.
we're going to do it on the other side as well. So
Good.
1 over 2 times 2a over 1 is equal to a, and
Good.
6 over 1 times 1 over 2 is 3. So the answer
You
is 3.
You know what? I feel like with an explanation that good, you could literally do my job. I feel it in my bones. So well put, my sweetie. Wow,
Thank you, ma'am.
excellent work. Very, very nicely done. All right, I need a brave soul to do D. So Fato, are you up for it?
Yeah, ma'am.
Are you up for it? Let's do D. Okay, I'm gonna rewrite it a little bit so that it looks like a fraction, and we don't get. We're gonna get 2 over 5
Yes.
times m is equal
Okay.
to 6. And 6, making it a little bit easier.
Okay, so you're going to use the multiplicative inverse.
Excellent.
So it's going to be 5 over 2 on the
Excellent.
left-hand side.
2. And where else does the 5 over 2 need to
Then
go?
it's going to be on the right-hand side. 5 over times 5 over 2.
That's it. Cool stuff. Then we can cancel 5 and 5, 2 and 2. What do I have
Then
left?
the 1m, which is m.
Good. We've got m.
Then the right-hand side equals to 15.
Good. 6 times 5 will give us 30, divided by 1 times 2, which is
15.
2. Good. Okay. I know where you're going. M is then equal to 15. You're 100% correct. I was just adding an extra step. Okay. Very well done. You did that so beautifully,
Okay, no
Chirofatso. Mwah. Mwah.
Thank you.
Loving that you remembered the multiplicative inverse. Okay. Well done, my sweetie. Okay. All right. So for those of you who are like, I used a different method. Okay. I used a different method, 100%. Okay. I want you guys to be able to look at it with numbers and use it. But this particular method that we're using is very important. And I'm going to give you an example. Later on in grade 9, I'm going to give you a sum that looks like this. I'm going to go 4x plus b is equal to, let me say 4x plus b over 3 is equal to y. And then I'm going to ask you guys to solve for x. Now we're going to be like, oh, yeah, ma'am, what are you saying? What are you doing? Where? Okay. And the reason we want to use the additive inverse and the multiplicative inverse is because sometimes the thing that we need to minus isn't a number. So it's not as simple as just dividing by 3. Okay. So I want to know before we continue, give me a thumbs up. Are we okay with using the multiplicative inverse and the additive inverse? Give me a thumbs up in the chat. And then Farisani is already like there where I needed to be, because it is brain break time. Okay. Awesome stuff. Let's start at the beginning. Yeah. All right. I don't want us to answer this question. I think this one is too easy. I don't like it. Okay. Tell me in the chat, you can even put your hand up. I see Pumi's hand is already up. Would you rather be completely bald or covered from head to toe with hair? Mpumi, pick wisely. What are you going to pick?
Completely bold.
Okay. What if I told you that you would have no eyebrows?
Ha.
No eyebrows, no eyelashes?
Okay, I'm covered from head to toe with hair.
see now. Yeah, it starts changing. That's I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Sometimes when you have to consider what it means to be completely, in fact, I think it should have said completely hairless. So hair anyway. For those guys in the chat who are busy, they're being like completely bald. When are you ever gonna grow a beard? Let's talk about the beard that you've always wanted. I'm just saying. Okay, Mpumi, now you want to be covered in hair. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. At least you can shave, Mpumi, like at the end of the day, you can go home and shave.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be better than not having eyebrows in public.
At
Then
all.
you have to draw them on with those pencils. You know what I mean?
Yes, ma'am.
Excellent. Awesome stuff. Which one would you choose? Hi, How. Oh no, How's not speaking. Oh no. Narisha, which one would you pick? Unati. I seen a YouTuber who has no hair and he's living his best life. Narisha, which one would you pick?
What was the question, ma'am?
Would you rather be completely hairless or covered from head to toe with hair?
I would be completely hairless.
Why?
Because, ma'am, you can put on fake eyelashes and you can draw on eyebrows and wear wig.
Okay. So you've got to become like an expert eyebrow drawer, because now if you get the one wrong, people are going to be like, "How, Sissy, what's wrong with your eyebrows?" You know what I mean? You've got to make sure you're doing it 100% correct. Okay. Okay, but I hear you because you can even get like the wig and then get those eyebrow things that help you draw the eyebrows, and then also get the eyelashes. Okay, I understand you. I get you 100%. Okay, Narisha, I see you. Okay, Indipile, I'm going to ask you a completely different question. Okay. Kwena, let me ask you, would you rather eat a small can of cat food or eat 2 rotten tomatoes? Pick wisely. What do you think? Oh no, Kwena, I can't hear you at all, my sweet, unless maybe there's something wrong on my side. Sure, I don't know. Ayabongwa. Which one would you do? Would you rather eat a small can of cat food or 2 rotten tomatoes?
I'd rather eat a small can of cat food.
Why? Like you're out here just eating animal food.
Rotten tomatoes, I can't. Even seeing it, it's just too much.
So it's a no from you. It's
Yeah.
a no. But at least like maybe you can eat around the rotten part. You know what I mean?
No, I can't.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. No, okay. I'll be honest, guys. I also agree. I agree with cat food because I feel like cat food would taste like tuna. Cat food would taste like tuna. Zaya, am I saying that correctly? Zaya or Zia? I hope I'm saying that correctly. Which one would you choose? The cat food or the rotten tomatoes?
Ma'am, I choose the cat food.
Why?
Ma'am, because like rotten tomatoes, ma'am, what if you get like a sickness? Like from the bacteria.
Actually, yeah, you're making sense.
Yes, ma'am. And like the cat food, like it's for a living thing, so like you can't eat it.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, sometimes they put things in there that are only meant for cats. So now I'm like,
yeah, yes, ma'am.
What if I'm eating cat things? You know what I mean?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, but I hear your logic. I hear you. All right, I'm going to ask somebody named iPhone. Okay, and we also need your name once you say that. Okay.
Hello,
Hi,
ma'am.
iPhone. What's your name? What's your name, my sweetie?
I'm Yoli.
Yoli. Hello, Yoli. So next time when you come into class, Yoli, you know what I need you to do? I need you to get in the chat and be like, hi, teacher Simone, can you please change my name to Yoli? And she'll do that immediately. So we don't have to call you iPhone. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. Now, here's my question for you. Would you rather have to use a public toilet? You're not going to escape the public toilet. It's going to be a public toilet no matter what. But
Yes,
would you rather use one that's extremely dirty and dark or one that has a snake in it? I already know where I stand with this one.
The one that has a snake in it, ma'am. Sure.
No way. No, no.
Ma'am,
Never in this life.
dirty and dark one, ma'am. No. I can't.
So it's like you're just out here chilling with snakes. You only make this make sense.
I'll make friends with the snake.
No. No, it's a no from me. It's a no.
No, ma'am.
Hi, Yuli.
No way.
No, you fear nothing. You fear nothing but God Himself. I can't. I could
Yes, ma'am.
never. No. You're gonna give me nightmares, girl. I mean, nah, can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Luvo, I think it's pronounced Luvo. You need to tell me how it's pronounced. Okay. How do we pronounce your name, Apoyo?
Luvo, man.
Okay, good, excellent. Luvo, which would you pick? The dirty and dark toilet or the one with the snake in it?
The one with the snake in it.
Guys, come on. Yeah. Hi, guys, no. You guys don't love your lives. You guys don't love yourselves. Luvo, really? No, make it make sense. Make it make sense for me. Did somebody just say snakes are cute? Who said snakes are cute? Narisha? Luvo, please don't say snakes are cute. I beg you. Don't say snakes are cute. They're not cute. Don't lie to us.
No, man, if they die, then I'll eat them.
Oh, wow. No, sorry. I can't, guys. No, I can't do it. Luvo, so you'll just be like, yeah, sure, let me just sit on this toilet bowl while this thing goes in the corner. No, I refuse. I refuse. And also eat them. Like, make that make sense. Guys. No, I can't. I can't. Sorry, Luvo. It's a no from me. Guys, I'm voting for everybody. We're going into the extremely dirty and dark toilet. You guys, you'll squat. You can squat in the air. You don't even have to put your butt on the toilet seat. It's fine. I refuse. I refuse. I would never do it. Zuleika, which one would you pick?
Hello.
Hello. Which one would you pick? The dirty toilet or the one with the snake in it?
Hey, I'm terrified of snake. I'll pick the dirty toilet.
You know what I mean? Like, I would never sleep ever again. I would never go to the bathroom ever again. And imagine how many times you need the bathroom. Yeah, no, I agree with you. Zuleika, you see, you're a woman of sense. You speak sense. You speak sense. I love it. All right. Okay, guys, hands down. We're going to take, okay, that's as far as our brain break is going to go for today. Okay. Thanks so much for all your opinions. I just realized some people in here think snakes are cute and we can never be friends. We can never be friends. I'm sorry, guys. It's a no from me. Like, we can just never be friends. How dare you? Okay. All right. Let's do a quick stretch, guys. Stretch. All right. Give me a thumbs up in the chat. Give me a thumbs up in the chat. We're going to continue with our maths journey. All right, let's continue. All right. Double it and give it to the next person. You know, can't Can't. All right, excellent. Now we're going to look at actually solving equations. Now, I know many of you already know how to do this backwards and forwards thing, right? So we're going to take this first question, question A. Right. 6 minus 4n is equal to negative 18. And we are going to use that simple method that you guys know, because now we've learned how to do the additive and the multiplicative inverse. Now, I know most of you probably just did this. You took 6 over to the other side of the equal sign, which is called a transpose. It's a transpose. And then you ended up with negative 4n is equal to negative 18 minus 6. Therefore, negative 4n is equal to negative 24. And then we can just divide by negative 4 on both sides. Negative 4, negative 4, cancel, cancel. Therefore, n is equal to 6. Now, give me a yes in the chat if this is exactly what you did. We're not saying, how do we know which one has to be the fraction? We're not the one that is right next to our variable. So it's 4n. So the one that needs to be a fraction is the 4. Okay. If it's sitting right next to each other. Okay. I'm seeing a lot of yeses. So I know that we're all doing this. Okay. I know that this is the easier way to do. So I'm going to allow you guys that space to do the easier one. So you've all got 4 minutes. Calculate for B and for C, and I know that C is going to be, okay, let's skip C for now. We'll do C last. B, D, and E. Okay, do not pop your answers in the chat, guys. When you are done with answering these 3 questions, I want you to put the fire emoji in the chat. And while we're doing the fire emoji, Mpumi and I are going to have a conversation. The rest of you guys, run full speed ahead, B, D, and E. Go for it. Mpumi, do you want to put your hand up for me, my sweetie? And you and I can have a conversation. Guys, come on now. I'm like, let me give them some time. No, Emihle Indipile. Guys, come on now. Mpumi, hi, my sweetie.
Hi, ma'am.
Okay, where did I lose you?
Ma'am, can you please explain from taking the 6 over after
Okay.
8?
Good. All right. So in my school, or the boys that I teach, we call this over the rainbow. Okay.
Yes, right.
So we call it over the rainbow because if a positive 6 goes over the rainbow, it becomes a negative 6 on the other side. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So we're going to take 6 over to the other side. It's positive on this side. So when it comes to the side, it'll become
Negative.
good. Now, if I take the 6 over, what do I have left on this side?
4n.
Not 4n?
On which side, ma'am?
On this side.
Oh, negative 4n.
That's it. Negative 4n. And this is equal to, I already had negative 18 on this side. And now that 6 has come over, we have 2.
Negative 6.
Or minus 6. You can say negative 6 or minus 6. It's
Yes,
fine.
ma'am.
Okay. Now we just need to clean it up a little bit. I know that negative 4n is going to equal to, what is negative 18 minus 6?
Negative 24.
Good. Negative 24. Right. Now I know that this negative 4 is multiplied to n. So if I want to get rid of the multiply, I'm going to divide by negative 4n. But if I divide this side by negative 4n, I must also
Thingy the other side, ma'am.
good. Divide the other side by negative 4. So these negative 4 divided by negative 4 is going to give us 1n, which is just n.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
That is equal to negative 24 divided by negative 4 will give us
Negative 24 divided by negative what, ma'am? Negative 4. 6. Right. Wait.
6.
negative 24 over negative 4. Ma'am, my calculator is giving me 6.
It is 6, my sweetie, because a negative and a negative will
Oh.
give us
A positive.
positive. And then 24 divided by 4 will give us
6.
6.
Okay.
That's why your calculator is saying 6, because your calculator is right.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Excellent, my sweetie. Awesome. I saw somebody else say, ma'am, I don't understand. I need you to put your hand up for me so that we can actually talk about it. Fatima, can I ask you to put your hand up for me, please, my sweetie? Hi, Messi. And I'm going to call you Messi because that's the name you put there for me.
Hello.
Hello. What's up? What's up, Mfu?
I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. Can you answer B for me? Let's answer B very quickly because the time is...
B. Oh, okay. So we do negative 12x equals 36.
So we can swap it around. Negative 12x equals 36. And then how do we get rid of that negative 12 in front of my x? Why do I feel like I lost them? Mfumo, come back. Okay, well, we know at this point we just need to divide by negative.
Hello.
Hello. Negative 12. You guys can pop your answers for these questions in the chat if you'd like. Therefore, x is equal to... How much is x equal to in this question here? Not 3. Emihle, what is 36 divided by negative 12? That's it, Yoli. It will give us negative 3. All right. Okay, so that's all we have time for today.